So Duncan, we were watching here at the Lost Patty.
That's right.
Yeah, and it was 3-1 Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had an opinion about the pace of some of the play moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the passing was just when it mattered. It was just a foot off. It was either a foot too slow, or a foot too fast, or a foot to one side of the player, or that it was just slightly off.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference between like us and them. Like their passing seemed a lot. Like I said this about New Our passing isn't crisp enough.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that's a way to go forward. I don't know why that is, because it's almost like the players are tentative.
Yeah.
And I think that's summed up by Mukhtar. His general play just seemed like he had no confidence whatsoever tonight.
So that chance where he passed to Surge then is
that.
That's the hallmark of that.
Well, that was the hallmark of that. But he just doesn't seem like he trusts himself to do things. And so all his passing is slightly off. It's like he's overthinking it now. He's overthinking it.
So overthinking it in the front and not kicking it at the goal, and even the passes looked off from Mukhtar.
Yeah, the passes look off, and I think that he was way better when he dropped deep, to be honest, than when he was playing further up the pitch. He was way better when he dropped deep. But
I agree.
I don't know. It's still not there, is it? It's still not the Nashville that we used to be a couple of years ago.
Yeah, so still not there. It's still not either back to what we used to be or up to where we should be.
Yeah.
What's the missing piece?
We need a right back. Need a right back, and I think
tonight.
I think ever since me and you started talking, I thought it was the fact that our midfield is not mobile enough, and I really don't think we are. Like I would think you had 3 players in there today who started, who are all pretty much exactly the same.
Yes.
And
exactly.
then I would prefer to have played a Nunga from the start, drop Mukhtar back, but we don't have Tyler Boyd, you see.
If we had one other person to play up in the front,
yeah.
Bunbury?
No.
Okay.
No, but, so we don't really have the personnel, but I'd rather have Mukhtar playing deeper, and Nunga sweeping up in front of the defence, and then Godoy or Davis or whoever. But they're all very similar. They're all quite slow. They all want to pass the ball sideways rather than forwards, and so you're gonna find yourself in trouble when you are actually trying to chase the game.
Yeah.
And I thought that for the first 10, 15 minutes, we did really well. We pushed up, we were pressing them, and that's how we can play. And then we just we got frightened. Drop deeper, drop deep. And we couldn't really.
It took a lot of pressure.
Took a lot of pressure. We were on them for the first 10 or 15 minutes, and then we just we can't keep this up.
Well, the good news was that when they were still going for that, especially for that third goal, they weren't sitting back and letting us hold. They were looking for that third goal.
Yeah.
We were able to hold. We were able to hold them with a lot. We weren't pressing them, but we had gone to kind of a mid block. It really did take that pen to really break the game for them.
It did, but I think it was. It looked like it was coming from me. Like it looked it looked like they were basically looking for the break the whole time.
Yeah.
They were able to absorb our pressure much better than we were to absorb their pressure, which is worrying when you've got like a team. When Gary sets up the team, because Gary wants a team that defends and then plays on the break. And I don't think we can. I don't think we're fast enough in midfield to be able to play on the break, to be honest.
So yeah, I think that there's something about the slower midfield. I think that if Mukhtar were to come back and be a collector and play like as an 8 or something like that, and direct things in front of him,
like Forsberg played for the Red Bulls,
right? Like Forsberg plays, like Bellingham plays for Real,
like
Odegaard plays for
Odegaard plays for us. But they are much better players than
they got better other players around.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. But but they can still be the attacking player that they need to be, and can be someone who dishes
I want
the ball.
Honey to be a proper attacking midfielder. I don't want him to be a forward.
You and I are exactly on the same team. He should not be a forward. He's not a forward. He's not. I don't think that he's temperamentally a forward. He naturally drifts back and things like that. That's where he naturally plays.
He's one of our only players who can pick out a forward pass.
Yeah.
Even Schaffelberg can't pick out a forward pass. He's more interested with running and crossing, which is fine.
Yeah, he's like, hey, kick the ball over the defense and I'll run onto it.
Yeah.
So so we're missing Zimmerman, who's really our very best player out of the best passer out of the back.
Yes.
And of course we're missing Dax, but that's from further on.
McNaughton went off.
McNaughton has a good pass.
McNaughton can do it. I don't think Bauer is the answer.
Bauer's not the answer.
And I don't think Lovett's playing as a centre back is the answer.
Love is playing as a third center back. That is not. That, I mean, he needs to practice in that role.
Yeah, it'd be nice if he could
plays
practice
against Miami.
Yeah, why do you practice against Miami? Like practice against. I was going to say practice against somebody who we can beat, but that's hard to.
Yeah, that list just got short. That list is very short. So speaking of sort of slow midfielders that change the game, I think that we're going to see someone like that in Jackson Ewell with San Jose. I think that he's one of these slow guys who can change pace and hustle and change games. I think is just the six is like slow as dirt or slow as Christmas, but nevertheless changes games and controls games because he knows how to pass forward.
Remember Paolo Maldini playing as a defensive midfielder for Milan for a bit?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy knows how to pass.
He wasn't fast in the closing years of his career. He knew how to pick out a pass.
And he knew how to pick out a pass. He could still tackle like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you expecting for next week? The
horrible thing about it is I'm hoping we tie that game against San Jose.
Against San Jose?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Really hoping for a tie.
Okay.
I'm hoping that we press like we did in the first half against Miami tonight. I hope we press like that.
So good for those 10 minutes.
And then I hope we don't stop. And I hope that I'm hoping for a tie. I don't think we can win. I don't think we've got the forwards to score. We didn't score a goal tonight.
We did not score a goal tonight. That had to come off of some poor person in pink's hip.
That's right, yeah. And after we didn't really in the second half, we had some pressure, but we didn't really look like scoring. Well, actually, that's not true. We thought there was a goal coming, but it just wasn't. There was very few clear-cut chances, were there? There were very few.
Yeah, I said that there was a goal coming. There were so many chances, but then just badly handled balls.
It was one. Like I said, it was the passing was just slightly off when we almost got there. It was like the final pass was just not there the whole time.
The final pass was not there.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's hope for a tie next week. That just seems so defeated.
It'd be better than this.
Would be better. Well said.
Thank you.